for another week. For those that are new, I'm Tim Fortescue, an IFS trained practitioner, specializing, well, in IFS in general, but really resonate with those on their spiritual journey. Some that are have experienced religious trauma, some just looking for an ally, and so grateful to walk alongside. And I need folks to walk alongside with too, and so grateful for this community. As we go throughout our time today, what I'll do is I'll give just a little bit of content and then I'll lead us in a meditation. Feel free to ask questions in the chat, or if you're watching a recording, know that you can uh, put your questions into. I'll make note of those and bring those back next week. Do this each week, same time, which is Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Central here in the US, which is the same as Chicago time. Uh, and if you find what you're getting here helpful, I encourage you to subscribe and share it with others. It helps others find the content. And you can find more about me at faithfullygrowing.com. Uh, and while you're there, I encourage you, if you haven't already, to sign up for my free IFS guided meditations. And today, I'm going to talk just a bit about exploring creativity and connecting with our creative parts. Uh, and before I do that, just want to share a personal story. I remember uh, when I was probably, let's see, I was less than 10 years old. And in our backyard, we had a clothesline. And I remember going out there as a young boy. Yeah, it was probably like 6 or 7. And the sheets would be hanging on the line. And I'd remember going out there and pretending that was a stage. And I was big on Sesame Street, loved that, and was out there. And Sesame Street Live was a production that would come to town once in a while. And I would pretend, yeah, go out there and just remember myself as a child being so creative and being on that stage. And I'm sure you probably have opportunities like that too, or memories that come where there's just pure joy of creation without judgment or performance pressure either. And as adults, parts can suppress that creativity through being serious or fear, but I want us to tap into those parts, those that carry that creativity, that playfulness in our lives today. And so just think about that. Which parts of you feel most creative, and how can you nurture and engage these parts? And what activities help you access your creativity? And so, with that, let me lead us in a short check in. And then, if you have questions at the end, put those in the chat. And I'll get to those and engage for a little bit. But let's just pause and check in and take some time for ourselves. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. And gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. And take a slow, deep breath in, a little longer breath out. Allow yourself to settle fully in this moment. Just set the intention of opening up some space to connect with our creative parts, those that bring playfulness, vision, and joy. There's no right or wrong way to experience this meditation. Just simply notice with curiosity and care. Take another deep breath in and out. May even be helpful to imagine yourself as a child and connect with those parts that may think that you're still a child. Doesn't mean they have to grow up, but it can just shift the focus. Just imagine yourself as that child fully immersed in something playful and creative. Maybe it's drawing, singing, building, pretending. Notice the feelings and images that arise, those parts that show up without judgment. What did it feel like? How was it for those parts to create simply for the joy of it? And as you connect with those creative parts, likely younger, ask them, what do you want me to know? Just pause and listen. Now I'll give you another question and you can just stay in connection with these parts. But what do you need from me today? Ask them that. If you can hold the answers with compassion. You may notice some protectors arise. Maybe they feel skeptical, critical, or cautious. Simply notice them and let them know that they belong too. They can have a seat at the table. They're part of the team here. And just thank them for their care and let them know this space is just for listening, being in connection as much or as little as they're comfortable with. You're creating room, yeah, just for that more connection and understanding. And imagine offering your creative parts a small gift, And know too that those creative parts may be offering this gift to you. It can work both ways, but just see what you notice. And that gift is permission to doodle, permission to sing, permission to be messy, free, and imperfect. Just picture yourself engaging in a playful act of creation with your inner team, your inner world, and those parts that may be saying, get to work, they're welcome to, and they play a part, but could they just soften back and just witness just another minute or two? They've been working hard. You've been working hard. Let's play a little bit. Notice how your body and heart respond. And if you'd like to, repeat this after me. Just a little affirmation to wrap up with. Every small step I take is worth celebrating. I honor the effort, the courage, and the growth in each quiet win. And let this sink in to your system like a warm light. Take a few more gentle breaths. And thank your creative parts for joining you today. Let them know you can spend more time with them. Thank them for the gifts that you brought, or maybe the freedom and the gifts that you gave to them. Thank those parts that may have some resistance. Took a lot of courage for them to show up and to soften back if they were able to. They belong to. When you're ready to close, you can slowly open them, carrying a spirit of playfulness and curiosity into your day. And after the meditation, if you have some time to reflect or journal, you may want to take note. What did your creative parts want you to know? What small act of creativity could you offer them this week? Thank you so much for joining me here, and I'll hang around for a bit. If you have questions, let me know. You can always send your questions to me at tim@faithfullygrowing.com. But yeah, so grateful for this community. Thanks for that thumbs up. And yeah, know that we're in this together, that you're not alone. So thanks so much. Have a great week, and look forward to being with you next week. Reach out if you need to. And if you're watching a recording, go ahead and chime in too, and I'll take note of the questions and comments there. All right. Hope you have a good week. Let's all take care of ourselves, take care of our parts. And yeah, we're on this journey together. Take care.